The Stoics recognized that humans naturally desire privacy at times. As social beings, we also crave community and sharing life with others. The key is determining what requires discretion versus what enhances social bonds when brought into the open. With proper discernment, we can reap the benefits of privacy without sacrificing meaningful connections. This video will explore 7 things the Stoics believed must remain private to uphold wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. We gain self-control and safeguard inner tranquility by learning what not to share. Number 1, goals. The Stoics believed in keeping goals private for a few key reasons. For one, proclaiming your goals publicly puts pressure on yourself to succeed at all costs. This can lead to hasty, reckless decisions as you try desperately to achieve that goal by the deadline you broadcasted. The preferred Stoic approach is to keep your plans and ambitions to yourself. Share them only with those who need to know and can assist you. This reduces outside expectations and judgments, allowing you to focus entirely on the journey. As Marcus Aurelius said, do not waste the rest of your time here worrying about other people, unless it affects the common good. It will keep you from doing anything useful. By staying silent on your goals and ambitions, you avoid distractions from those trying to help by pushing you too fast or offering unsolicited advice. You maintain control of your path. This Stoic discretion also ties into their philosophy of seeing obstacles as the way forward, not barriers. When you tell the world your plans, obstacles embarrass and frustrate you. You focus on the desperation to succeed at all costs. When you keep goals private, you stay flexible, adapting your plans as challenges arise without losing face publicly. This gives you the freedom to fail, learn, and follow opportunities opened up by obstacles without being labeled a failure. Number 2, others' flaws. The Stoics advise us to avoid criticizing or focusing on others' flaws. According to Stoic philosophy, we should concentrate on self-improvement rather than finding fault in others. Criticizing others often stems from our insecurities and flaws. The Stoics teach us to improve ourselves before passing judgment on someone else. As Marcus Aurelius said, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. By accepting that others have flaws and imperfections just as we do, we can approach them with empathy and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Criticizing others' shortcomings frequently leads to resentment and damages relationships. The Stoics advise focusing your energy on living virtuously rather than bothering yourself with others' imperfections. Work on developing self-control, wisdom, justice, and courage. The Stoics understood that people behave in specific ways because of their circumstances. But we cannot control others. We can only control our reactions and strive to exhibit virtue. Refrain from judging others negatively as you do not know their struggles. Instead, work on perfecting your character. Number 3, past issues. The Stoics teach us not to dwell on past mistakes, failures, or losses. As Epictetus said, it is not things in themselves that trouble us, but our opinions about those things. We have little control over the past, so meditating on it only leads to frustration and regret. Instead, the Stoics advise living in the present moment. What's done is done. Reflecting on the past is valuable only insofar as it informs our current actions. But endlessly criticizing our former selves is unproductive. Rather than judging the past, the Stoics encourage acceptance. We did our best with the knowledge we had at the time. Now we strive to do better without pining for unobtainable perfection. As Marcus Aurelius said, dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. So when negative thoughts about the past arise, gently set them aside. Focus on what we can control in the present, our beliefs, values, and actions. This keeps us focused on the path ahead rather than looking back. Living purposefully in the moment honors the Stoic philosophy of overcoming emotions and cultivating wisdom. Number 4, future plans. The Stoics believed that the future is uncertain and often beyond our control. They encouraged living in the present moment rather than worrying about what may or may not happen. According to Stoic philosophy, we should accept the unknown future while preparing prudently. Marcus Aurelius said, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." The Stoics realized that anxiety over the future is needless suffering. Instead, we can focus on mindful awareness and rational action in the present. The Stoics would prepare for potential outcomes without attachment to them. They worked diligently while accepting that external events were outside of their control. Stoics avoided both complacency and worry about the future by focusing energy on the present. Their clear-minded stability allowed them to meet difficulties head-on, dealing with challenges as they arose. The Stoic approach of accepting uncertainty provides several benefits. It helps us avoid needless worrying, distraction, or perfectionism. By focusing on each moment, we gain calm and mental clarity. Moreover, accepting uncertainty allows us to remain flexible and open-minded as new situations unfold. Though the future is beyond our grasp, we can handle it with wisdom, prudence, and level-headedness. Number 5, vain knowledge displays. The Stoics believed that knowledge should be used practically, not to impress others or feed one's ego. They cautioned against vain displays of learning, where individuals flaunt their knowledge solely to appear intelligent or superior. Instead, the Stoics recommended staying humble. Focus inwardly on cultivating wisdom, not outwardly on seeking validation. Don't study just to prove your knowledge or to accumulate facts to regurgitate. Knowledge matters only insofar as it makes us wiser and more virtuous. The right reasons for learning are to gain insights and better ourselves, not to win arguments or parade erudition. Marcus Aurelius summed it up nicely: not to display things that will shock the audience, not to parade one's skills or what one has learned, but cheerfully and without ulterior motive. For the Stoics, knowledge was a private journey of self-improvement, not a public spectacle or tool of self-promotion. By avoiding vain knowledge displays, we keep our quest for wisdom sincere and our minds unclouded by ego. Number 6, minor disagreements. The Stoics teach us that no disagreement is worth turning into a significant conflict. Marcus Aurelius advised focusing our energy only on what truly matters. He said, "The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that." There's little to gain from stubbornly arguing over minor differences of opinion or getting worked up over insignificant slights. Stoicism encourages picking our battles wisely. Some arguments are petty and fruitless. We shouldn't waste time and emotional energy on unimportant squabbles. As Epictetus put it, remember that it is we who torment ourselves. We are not tormented by others. Letting go of minor frictions can be challenging, but the Stoic practice of negative visualization helps us gain perspective. We can ask ourselves, will this matter in a day or a year? Usually, time proves our overreactions to be unnecessary. With reflection, we'll see the other person likely meant no actual harm. We avoid needless disturbances by focusing only on what truly impacts our virtue and character. The Stoic reserve allows us to shrug off unimportant conflicts and save energy for life's tests. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think or do, only what you do. Number 7, personal wealth or lack. The Stoics believed in living simply and avoiding ostentatious displays of wealth. They taught that character and virtues were far more important than material possessions. Stoics recommend keeping your finances private, as broadcasting riches or poverty betrays vanity. Flaunting wealth is viewed as vulgar by the Stoics. They see it as boastful and aimed at garnering the praise of others. The Stoics advise you to be content with meeting your basic needs through simple living. Amassing riches for their own sake is seen as foolish, since external goods like money can be taken away at any time. Seneca wrote, "It is more of a disgrace to distinguish oneself in a heap of riches than in a heap of rubbish." Praise the quality, not the quantity. The Stoics focus on cultivating inner virtues rather than chasing superficial status displays. They believe in maintaining dignity and self-sufficiency regardless of one's level of wealth. In conclusion, the Stoics realize these 7 areas are distractions from self-improvement if made public. By keeping them private instead, we can devote our time and energy to working on ourselves, where the trustworthy source of a meaningful life resides. Focusing inward and maintaining privacy in these 7 areas allows us to live a more tranquil, reflective life aligned with Stoic ideals. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe, leave your comment, and share your insights. We look forward to hearing about your transformation journey, and remember that change starts with a single step. Thank you for watching.